Hi. So this video is all about how you can shift yourself out of a place of walking in circles around a problem and into a place where you are open for possibilities to come into your life. And this is just really exciting because since I've been working with this particular affirmation, I have been experiencing all sorts of different just synchronicities and blessings and like true miracles. And so I'm really excited to share this with you today. I'm Cynthia Gutierrez, a spiritual embodiment guide, and I am here to help you reconnect with your true divine self and align to a higher way of being so that you can co-create a life that you envision. It would be super rad to keep in touch, so please follow Embodied Ritual on Instagram and Facebook, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can tune in to the newest videos. All right, so one thing I've noticed is that it's really a really key point for us to come into awareness of a problem, right? To acknowledge a problem, to be like, oh, this is a challenge, this is an issue, I've got a problem here. That's great. Now, the thing that can kind of trip us up is if we end up, like I said, walking in circles around this problem and solely focus on the problem itself. Yeah, and so you may be repeatedly saying or thinking or feeling like, I need help, I need help, I need help. Yeah, and I can totally relate to that. Now, the thing is, if we were to bring in the law of attraction or like the law of vibration, the phrase that I need help will then perpetuate that need for help. Yeah, it continues the cycle of the problem being front and center. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say that pretending, it's better to pretend the problem isn't there. No, right? Like the awareness, the acknowledgement that there is a problem, some kind of issue, a challenge that we're facing, that's great. It's really, really great to acknowledge that. But how I want to shift our focus is from the problem to a solution. Okay, so this can help adjust your energy and your way of being so that you are more available to be helped. Yeah. And make sure to watch this whole video because I'm going to be guiding us into a short practice. I mean, if you're driving, I would just say be careful, be mindful. You know what I mean? It's a short, sweet, and you probably may be able to do it with your eyes open. I always like practicing things like that for the first time, just so like even when I'm like washing dishes and doing things and I'm practicing like an embodied practice, then it's easier for me to integrate it into my life, right? So one thing that I really want to bring this idea more into a context, right? So there was something that I was experiencing and it was kind of a big deal. Last fall, the fall of 2020, actually taking it back a year later, the fall of 2019, I had realized when I was in this like group coaching program that this old childhood experience that had to do with my voice, it's actually multi-layered, but just to stick to one example, it had a lot to do with my voice and feeling like I wasn't safe to speak. And so as I grew up, I always had this issue, this problem of like my voice and feeling like too afraid to speak up, or even when I did speak up, it was like awkward or like, you know what I mean? It was just, I had knew after all of these years that the fall of 2019, I was like, wow, like as I'm trying to be more visible on the internet and share, how I want to help people and just be more of service, that my voice needed a lot of healing. Okay. And I was just in this place where like, I need help with my voice. I need help. I need help. I need help. And it wasn't until a whole year later, fall of 2020, when I was acknowledging like, okay, I really need to do something about this. Like I keep hitting up against these blocks, and it was like I was finding myself in self-sabotaging patterns, and I'm like, whoa, this is a whole nother level, okay? And what really shifted was this one affirmation that helped guide me down a journey of meeting certain people that I needed to meet, to be in certain places at a certain time, and like being courageous and brave and willing to move along those paths, right? And those milestones, those checkpoints, I like to call them, to actually come into a place where I was healing my voice. And so, you know, there are so many other stories that I have in relation to this one affirmation, that just, it really helped me realize, like, wow, this is like a straight miracle. Because not only was this one issue that I first was like, oh, this is a problem, I need help, I realized how much it was affecting the so many other subjects of my life, so, like my relationships, my vision, my child, you know, like so many things. And so as the main need was being met, all of these other things started being met at the same time too. And I was just like, whoa, like mind blown. Wow. And so I'm just really excited to share this with you because it could be a game changer. And I'm just going to say it is simple. Okay. But don't allow the simplicity of it to be undervalued. Okay. I think the more simple that we make things, it's just so much easier to apply them to our lives. Okay. So here we go. Are you ready for this? The affirmation is simply this. Okay. I allow myself to receive help with, you can fill in the blank with your issue. Yeah. I allow myself to receive help with problem. Yeah. And when we start to shift from I need help, I need help, I need help, to I allow myself to receive help, this then opens you up to a vast variety of solutions. Okay. And the power of your words will help direct that particular energy for the universe to work with, right? Because like I said, I need help, I need help, I need help. The universe is like, okay, we're just going to give you more situations where you're still needing help. But if we shift our attention and be with the affirmation of I allow myself to receive the help, then the universe is then going to unfold in ways that becomes so, right? And so one thing I want to say about this is that keep in mind, this is going to direct you on a path of solutions for sure. If you keep this front and center, okay, this is going to continue leading you on the path of solutions. Now, depending on, you know, the context of the issue, depending on all the variables in the equation of the issue, it might be quick and easy. It might not. It might come in stages and phases. Okay. The solutions might come to change some parts of your life. All right. People might have to come, people might have to go. Where you live might have to change. Like, and it may not be so drastic as that. It might just be, oh, you know what? Turn to this person for help instead. It could be so many different things that happen. And so one thing that has helped me, this is kind of like a pro tip, okay? Pro tip here, in addition to the phrase, I allow myself to receive help with, you can also add, after you state your problem, in the highest and best way. Okay. And when you add at the end, in the highest and best way, that'll keep what isn't in service for the best and for the best away from your journey. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say this ain't going to like make all the issues go away and you're never going to experience, you know, an obstacle along your healing path or the solution that's making its way to you. Right. I think a lot of the struggles that we have are just so important to our growth. Yet what this can help with is to keep you from suffering in the problem. Yeah. So keeping you from the cycle of just being in the whirlwind of the problem to opening yourself to receive the up leveling of allowing that solution to come into your life. Okay. And so one thing that I want to say is that it's really, really important to connect with the energy of the affirmation. Okay. And this is like with any affirmation, but just so this, so you can have a better idea of what I'm talking about, I'd like to guide you through a short and sweet little practice, okay, to help, again, connect with the energy of the affirmation so that you can feel a shift within you. All right. And that's really, really important because I like to work from the inside out. Okay. Everything is a reflection of me and my inner world. And so the moment that we start to tend to our inner world and start to shift our energy and our vibration, then it ripples out to the outer world and things change in relation to our inner world. Okay. So here we go. We're going to practice like, okay, for example, let's bring to mind one little issue that you got going on in your life. Okay. It doesn't have to be a big old thing. All right. Something that's doable, something that you're like, all right, I can sit with this for a moment with me, you and me. Okay. So once you've identified this particular thing, okay, you don't have to do this with your eyes closed. You can if it helps you focus a little more, but just come into like a, some kind of stillness. Okay, if you're like multitasking, doing dishes or whatever, then I just want to invite you, if you'd like, encourage you. You don't have to. You get to do whatever you want. Okay, at any point, if you want to do something different, that's your choice. Now, if you'd like to join me in this, come into a stillness. Okay, as safely as you can. Eyes closed or open, as long as you can kind of soften the gaze in some way. Now bring that particular struggle, that challenge, that issue that you've got going on, something doable that you can work with right now. And as you identify it, you're going to kind of be with that, okay? And just notice when you focus your attention on that issue in your life, notice how that feels within your body. Like, see if you can identify any sensations. Like, is your breath kind of shallow now? Do you feel like a tightening in the throat? You're welcome to type in the comments too if you're doing this with me. Maybe sometimes like my tummy will get a little like tight. Or maybe my, like all of a sudden gravity got even heavier, right? And it's like a downward, like sluggish pull. Just notice how you are experiencing that within your body. Yeah. Now, in relation to this issue, we're going to start to say that affirmation, right? And it's right here on the screen if you need a reminder. And just notice the shift that happens. You don't have to make anything happen. Just notice what happens, okay? Focusing on or keeping that issue in mind, start to say to yourself in your head or out loud, I allow myself to receive help with this issue. Repeat it again and again. I allow myself to receive help with this issue. I allow myself to receive help with this issue. And just notice. And you can say it, continue to say it if you'd like, and just and I want you to do this so that you can see how that may change your posture. It may change your breath. I allow myself to receive help with this issue. I allow myself to receive help with this issue. And once you start to feel that kind of like, okay, I can wiggle a little more, you got a little more elbow room, like maybe the belly is kind of softer now. Maybe it's just a little easier to just kind of like be with yourself. Yeah. So just notice how that feels. And that's essentially what I'm having you experience with this one affirmation. Okay. And any affirmation, like I said, but if you're going to be practicing at this affirmation, make sure that you work with it long enough that you feel the energetic shift. You feel some kind of change in state. Okay. Because that's really going to adjust your frequency and your energy. So then, you are actually, quite literally, you can have that visceral experience of opening up to receiving the help with that issue. Yeah. And so now you can you can feel the difference there. Like, okay, how was it when I was just like acknowledging and being like, I have this issue, versus, okay, I had the issue and now I'm ready to receive the help. Oh, cool. Breath is deeper. Yeah. I'm not sure who you are, Facebook user, but it's all good. But yeah, totally. It's little things like that that you can start to notice. They can be kind of subtle, right? So the more that you practice this, the easier it gets. And sometimes the quicker it becomes. So the more that you practice this, you might even be in your car, you're driving, or if you're like washing dishes or whatever, like if that issue starts to come up in your mind, like, there's an issue, then you can be like, okay, I'm aware. And also I allow myself to receive the help with this thing. Yeah. Fill in that blank. Yeah. And then the more that you focus on that, have that front and center, the easier it is for things to come into your life. And that is what I'm here to share this for. Like that. That's my jam. Yeah. So yes. Keep in mind, like I said, as you move on with your life, just notice if opportunities come up, if synchronicities happen, and sometimes they may be favorable, they may be not. And so that's going to be another part of you exercising your faith and your trust in the universe working on your behalf. Yeah. Oh, hey, Joan. What's up? Nice to feel your presence. Yeah. So, and that, it's like practices like these can really help tend to our well-being. Okay. Because really we can hold the reins in our life, right? We can be the driver of our own car. Okay. That is life. Now, some of us may have to take a back seat, or, some of us are just like, I'm out of here, or like, you know what I mean? Or try to go on autopilot or something like that. But when we come into a place where we want to be more conscious and more mindful and intentional, then it's things like these, affirmations like these, embodied practices like these that can really help tend to our well-being, our health, our love, our, relationships, and all these things that we want to improve in our lives, that we want to up level. And so it's just really important, because the more that we love and care for ourselves in this way and really step into that co-creator role of our own lives, the easier it is to really bring those visions to life that you have for yourself. And that is why this is like the number one pillar of embodied ritual, right? The loving and caring for your whole self of body, mind, and spirit. And that's why I'm just so, so excited to bring this practice with you, to you today. So yes, if you find yourself walking in circles, fixated on a problem, I invite you to slow down, take a deep breath, and say the affirmation, I allow myself to receive help with a particular problem in the highest and best way. Yeah. And tap into it. Yeah. Carry the energy of that affirmation with you so that you can remain receptive to all of the small and big and multifaceted, miraculous solutions that have been waiting for you to just simply open the door. All right, so keep doing that embodied practice that I guided you through. Like I said, the more you practice it, the easier it becomes, so that you can do it while you're busy doing other things. And it's just like you just keep aligning to receiving help. Yeah. So yeah, and I'd love to know in the comments how that practice was for you. Please share your experience. I love to know, because it's pretty amazing. Like the one practice that everybody does, and everybody has a different experience with it, and that's just like fascinating to me. Now, if you want to have a more like a deeper, funner, more ecstatic embodied experience with me, then I invite you to join the free virtual spring equinox embodied ceremony. It's going to be off the hook. I'm super stoked. And so you can register with the link that I have in the description box below. And I just popped on the link to it on the screen here. So embodiedritual.com/SEEC21. And those are the numbers 21. Yeah. embodiedritual.com/SEEC21. Okay. Ooh, I'm so excited. All right, y'all. I hope that was helpful. And let me know how that was for you. And I'm going to catch you later. All right. Take the best care. Mwah, 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 mwah. Many, many blessings. Ciao.